Welcome back to another episode of Business is Pleasure. Thank you guys so much for joining us. My name is John L. Francis, and I am the co-owner of Clarendon Co. And I'm here with my partner, Colette Monique Liebert. She's feeling under the weather today, guys. So just be patient with her. Take her time. Is everything okay?
Yes.
Okay, see guys, she's not able to use her voice as much. She's not really that excited. She actually doesn't even want to do this today. But Colette's a trooper. She doesn't give a damn. Nothing's gonna hold you back, right, babe?
Yeah.
See? Alright guys, if this is your first time checking out Business is Pleasure, this is where we just take about 25 minutes to half an hour and just really talk about our business. We sprinkle in hints of our relationship, see how things are going. But it's really just trying to bring you guys a lot of value, tell you guys about business, and just hopefully you guys can follow us along our journey that we really do. Honestly, I thought it was a little swaggy still. I'm trying to, change it up a bit. I'm in my full stripes. I'm in my little fanny pack, so trying to be hip with the kids. So I had to change up a bit. But this is your first time checking us out. We always ask one another. Well, I ask because Colette doesn't care about how my week is. How was your week?
My week was good.
Okay.
We had an event this past weekend.
Mm-hmm. But you skipped like 5 days and just jumped straight to yesterday.
I know.
Come on, like indulge me here.
My week was good. I just worked. I was really busy. Did a bunch of stuff.
What what were you busy doing?
Stuff for my classes.
Mm-hmm.
Did a bunch. Is it thundering?
I'm not sure. I know it was lightning a bit. Wait, if it's thunder, it's also gonna be lightning, or is it lightning? Thunder is the sound. No, yeah. Thunder is the sound of lightning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yes, it is.
Okay. So that's weird. I did a bunch of stuff for my classes. Did a bunch of stuff for Clarendon Co. We're working on a lot of stuff right now, so yeah, I just did that. Stayed up to date with all my posting.
Mm-hmm.
On the apps, posting our women's line.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the women's line? Because that's like a next step that we're trying to take and everything, trying to broaden our horizon a bit.
I feel like our women's line, like the actual product that we have, is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like anything else, it's a new thing, so it's gonna take our clientele a little bit of time to kind of
just gravitate towards it a bit.
Gravitate towards it and realize that we actually have women's
available.
Stuff specifically.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been really good so far. Like, I'm open to the idea of giving it some more time to see its true potential, because I think it really does have a lot of potential, because a lot of our current customers are women.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, it's been good so far.
Okay, cool. So my week.
Sorry.
See guys, see what I mean? What were you saying?
What did you do this week?
My week was really cool. This last week has been a bit busier than expected, just because we have the whole women's line that we're working on. We're trying to build that up. Plus, we just finished our last event. But I think for the most part, it's just trying to stay as consistent as possible. You and I talked about how we're gonna be posting a lot more, because we realized how beneficial it is for already posting 8 times a day? No, 6 times a day in total. Mm-hmm. But now we're bumping that up to 8 times a day. So hopefully we can increase our engagement, increase our sales, and hopefully it just really has this effect on our business where it results in more money and everything. So it's just and that's the good thing I really like about our strategies, is that they're really practical. It's okay, well, if it's worked at a smaller scale, let's amp it up a bit, and it should work on a larger scale as well too, right? So I think that's really important. But now it's just trying to find the appropriate time to okay, well, it's 10 extra minutes that I'm taking now to post. Now it's I have to take 10 extra minutes from doing something else. So it's I can't sit around watch TV for 10 more minutes nowadays. So I gotta give up something.
We're actually just talking about that because we wanted to get an Android box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Honestly, I really, really like TV. Watching TV is with food. It's
honestly, if you don't have a show to watch with the food, it's not as good.
It doesn't taste as good.
No, 100%.
Yeah, so honestly, watching TV and eating at the same time is probably one of my favorite hobbies.
Yo, bless.
And we were talking about today getting an Android box, but then we both realized that we don't have time to watch TV.
No. No, it's funny. It's we do have time, but we're not willing to make the time to watch TV, because that means
I can't remember the last time I watched 2 consistent hours of TV.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, like the most times I'll
Like
watch
just
TV.
watching TV.
No, never. Cause like I'll watch the TV in the background, but it's like I'm taking photos, I'm posting on the apps, I'm doing
Yeah.
something, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but I think like the lifestyle that we're like really building for ourselves, it's like we're not gonna get to enjoy all those like little things right now. It's like down
It's
to
a
like
good, but it's honestly it's a decent trade off. Like
yeah, for sure.
I'm okay not watching TV right now to have like the type of life that I want to have.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, right?
So.
So one thing was like our last show was this weekend. Ottawa. So how did you feel about? What did you think about the show this weekend?
I thought that Ottawa was fantastic. We did like really good in sales. We met a bunch of new people. We're like, I feel like we, put the nail in a coffin for like building our name in Ottawa. You know, we've been going to 613 Fleet consistently for like 7 months.
Yes, yeah.
So I think like that in itself is a really good thing. Yeah, it was a really good event. We got rid of a lot of product, a lot of stuff, so that's always good. We went down with 6 bags, 7 bags. We came back with
5.
5?
Yeah, came back with 5.
Yeah,
so
so we were 2 bags
done.
down. So that's always nice. And yeah, it was a good event. I have no complaints.
Yeah, for me, the one thing I really like about going to events is that when you see those recognizable faces, and it's even this one guy was like, "Yo, Diego," he's like, "Oh my gosh, you remembered me," you know? I think it's really those nice small things where your clientele is crap, to them it's more than just selling us product. To them it's they want to build a community and bring value and stuff. You know what I mean?
And I like seeing those repeat faces again, so you can be like, "Hey, do you like that jacket? How's it working out for you? I remember you bought this last time." It's nice, and I feel like that's part of the reason why people gravitate towards smaller businesses and more local businesses, because at
that
the end of the day,
effect almost,
yeah, and people do want that relationship. People could go to the Champion store and buy a Champion sweater brand new. They could go to Nike or Adidas or Sports Check and buy half of the stuff we sell brand new if they really wanted to. But I feel like some people, for a lot of people, it's the price, but for some people, it's the relationship. Online they can talk to us about their order and they can ask us personally how far away we think it is, stuff like that, even though sometimes it might
yeah, may not work with it, you know.
But at the end of the day, we have to also remember that that's part of the reason why our customers choose to shop with us.
And they come back to us.
And come back to us opposed to other places. So.
Yeah, because I forget what the saying is, the 20-80 rule is 80% of your sales is going to come from 20% of your audience. So I think it's always important to yes, we should grow the business and always try to find new clientele. But it's if you're not taking care of that 20% that's been around, it's harder for you to get new clientele as well too, right? So I think with us, it's we need to stay true to the company, and that's by staying true to the customers, staying true to the people that actually support us, people that engage with us and everything, Yeah. But I think sometimes it's you don't ever want to also forget that it is still a business, you know what I mean? Because there is a lot of times where we're oh man, this guy spent $300 with us this year, let's give him a discount, but it's it's unfortunate we can't give everyone a discount, because then that's cutting into our bottom line. It's if we don't have money coming back to the company, then we're not gonna have products, then we can't even sell you guys stuff later on and give you guys the products that you want.
But I think we go around that in other ways, for example, we have a lot of repeat customers, and I think we kind of we know who they are, and we give them a fair price. We give everyone a fair price, but I feel like that in itself is value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our prices are already really, really fair. So there's less of a margin that we have to work with sometimes. So it would be great to be we'll give you an extra $10 off, but it's sometimes we can't really do that. But I think just the fact that our prices are fair in itself is the reason why they come back to us. It is the reason why they continue to shop with us. So I think I don't know, it would be nice to do more, but I feel we already do a lot.
No,
you know what
most
I mean?
definitely. And what I like too as well is I know I always repeat this, I hate when I go to shows and I don't see people trying to engage with the customers. They'll just be sitting down and waiting for people to just come to them, you know what I mean? And I think that's one asset we should always hold on to our business is we always have to be the first ones to say hi. No one should be coming up to us and hey guys, what's your company about? What are you guys doing here? We should always be trying to engage, and
we would never do that.
Never. I understand for some people it's their first time doing this type of stuff, but it's I'll see people that have been doing this show for longer than us, and it's guys, You know, like what are your interaction skills? Like, are you trying to like get leads so you can get customers so you can help your business grow?
Yeah.
But the show was December 1st, and when we looked back, we did 29 shows this year.
Yeah.
We went, when we initially started the year, we're like, let's do one show a month.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that we more than doubled that,
Yeah.
you know, by doing 29. Now we can take a break for the next 5-6 weeks where we don't have a show until January, I believe, like around late January. I have to double check.
We're gonna have some in January.
Yeah. So like we're able to have a little break. How do you feel about the break, and like what are some things you want to like focus on? Because you have your Saturdays back for a little while, right?
Not gonna lie, I'm really excited.
Honestly, and plus it's been earned. That's why I'm excited for it. It was earned. It was definitely earned.
Like it's been earned. Like it's not like we haven't been like working basically every weekend since January. So
like 7 days a week almost sometimes.
Yeah. So I am really excited to have like a bit of a break, and I'm excited to just like make some time for like Christmas festivities and like see my friends.
Guys, I don't know why. This is the first time I haven't been this happy for Christmas for like 10 years.
We got a Christmas tree.
That's how happy we are. Like I literally went out and got us a Christmas tree. I was like, let's decorate together. Like we're trying to like be a cute little family here. And
I'm gonna make. Want to hear the drink that I'm gonna make?
Yes.
I was talking to not you, but
Okay,
don't
go
answer me. But anyway, so I'm making what was it? Oh,
a spiced.
So a spiced old fashioned.
Whoa.
So it's gonna be candy cane spiced old fashioned. So I'm really excited about that.
It's gonna be so nice, man, because I think like this is like for like I quit my job, and I think like when I was working at Wawanisa, it was just like, oh, I have to like take a break for like 3 days and I have to go back to like something that I'm not really like passionate about. But now it's like we worked so hard this year, like I feel like it's earned. Where
I
it's
feel like you just like use those 3 days to like
you know, like
decompress, like
you know,
you weren't even really actually enjoying those days because it was just like a countdown.
And I was just getting myself wasted, just drinking down. It's like, oh, I don't want to go back to work.
I was gonna say that, but
like you know what I mean. I was just like drinking myself into like a comatose.
It was just a countdown to going back to something that you didn't want to be at in the first place.
We're like now like with this new year. So for me and college, like when we were in school, September was like our reset of the clock. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like September, April, and January 1st are like those resets. So it's like nice that like January is like another reset that we're going through. And I was like, okay, like what are we gonna do for the next year? Like, you know? I think that's something that we should do. We should take like literally like while we're revisiting the business plan, let's take some time to be like, okay, like what do we want to do for next year? Because we both kind of have like a vague idea of it, but I really want to be like solidified and like really strategic. Like, okay, like, this is what we're gonna do this year.
Yeah.
Let's kill these goals, you know?
Yeah.
Because like all the goals that we did this year, we killed every single one. The financial goal, doing the shows, doing the posting, doing the apps, working with different companies. Like, you know, we literally killed everything. So it's like next year, I think like let's put that ceiling so much higher. So it's like, yeah, like let's kill it.
Yeah, because I feel like that I guess not necessarily what has been a problem for us, but I feel like sometimes we don't give ourselves as much credit as we deserve, and we don't set high enough goals for ourselves. Because even if we look back at our, like we took a revisit of our business plan, which is something that like you should always do, because your business plan changes a lot over time. Like something that you think was a goal, let's say when you first started your business, it may not be a goal like 2 or 3 or 4 years in, right? So it's really important to like look over it again, see what you've achieved, see what you've surpassed, see where your business has changed if it doesn't really suit that like goal or objective anymore, and like modify it. Like a business plan isn't meant to be set in stone. Like it's meant to be adjusted and like modified over time. So that's essentially
adaptability.
Yeah, like that's essentially what we did. So we took a revised our business plan a lot, and we realized that like a lot of the like objectives that we set out for ourselves to achieve in like the first like 2 or 3 years, we like met them, but we also like highly surpassed them.
Yeah. But I think what a part of it was that way, like when you're starting a business, sometimes you're really naive. Like I like for us, it was that like we didn't have enough expectations of ourselves, and if for other people, could be like they have too much expectations of ourselves.
I think ours also too. Our problem was like we didn't have a benchmark.
Yeah.
Like we didn't necessarily
have something to look back on. That,
yeah. Like we didn't know like the threshold of like how much could we actually make with the work that we're doing. Like we didn't understand that yet, so it was just kind of like throwing out any sort of like goal or any sort of number to be like, yeah, this number would be nice, but we didn't really understand like what it actually took to get there and how much further
we can potentially push it, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so-
And I think that's why it's important to always revisit the business plan. But it's like you have to be honest with yourself as well too, right?
Yeah.
Because there's some aspects that we're taking out. We're like, okay, well, we really wanted to like have an imprint on like the community and things like that.
Yeah.
And we're realizing we're not gonna be able to work as often or as frequently with those companies, but we can do it financially.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like you kind of have to really tailor the business to what's really possible for yourself, and you gotta like just be honest with it.
Yeah, that's what I was actually just gonna say, that like I think over the years our business plan has gotten a lot more honest, because I feel like when we first made our business plan, it was less of a plan and more of like a dream.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of like all this like lofty conversations of like social equality and like all of these different things that would be nice and ideal, but it's not necessarily realistic for us and our business at this particular point in time. And like, don't get me wrong, like I think maybe like 10-15 years down the line, like who's to say our business won't like circumvent back and like be a little bit more like socially conscious and do those things a little bit more prevalently, but like realistically, like we're at the stage where we're building our business.
Exactly.
And I think we realized it the most when we went in for that grant thing. Remember back in the day?
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you want to really be like brought down to earth, run a business.
Yeah, and
Run a business.
and like not even run a business, but like run a business and also like present your business, like seriously present your business to someone who is already a successful a successful business owner, and like be open and allow them to rip it apart, and like that will be the turning point for you, because that was the turning point for us. Like, so basically we went to this like it was like a grant, it was like this thing run by the
Youth
government
Enterprises or something like
I don't know.
Enterprise Toronto.
Yeah, it was run by the like municipal government, and basically you have to like create a pretty comprehensive business plan and present it to business owners, and they will decide whether you can get
Qualify
money.
from
Qualify for money from the government or whatever.
Free money, guys.
Free money, yeah. You should check it out. It's called Enterprise Toronto. So we did that. We ended up not qualifying. We got did we get accepted? They told us that our business plan was good.
Yeah, but they didn't like some of the aspects of it, so they told us to come back for the next round.
No, you're ruining what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
So basically, long story short, like we didn't end up getting into it because it was like you had to be like unemployed, or like there were some sort of conditions why. But anyways, what I'm trying to get to is the fact that we allowed someone, we were open enough and allowed them to like literally like rip apart our business plan, and like we realized that we were doing things wrong. We were doing things incorrectly. Like we were trying to be this like social enterprise that like, you know, really cared about the social inequality of our community, which like we still do, but it's hard to have that objective and still make profit at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least when like you're first starting out, you know? So it really allowed us to take a step back and to change the direction that our business was going in, and it brought us to essentially where we are right now.
No, 100%. And like with revisiting that business plan, we kind of realized, okay, like, well, this stuff is working well, so let's try to focus on this area in terms of like generating income and get rid of like all the extra fat that was there. And it's like now it's like when I see the business plan that we have ahead of us, it's like, to me it feels more genuine and authentic to the company. Because like we have an idea of like where the company wants to go and where the company should go, but it, like now we need to be those people that like put our foot down and actually like accomplish all these steps one by one. And I think that's one of our like issues sometimes, that like we'll know the end result, but we won't know like steps 1 through 5. We won't like properly have them in place, steps 1 through 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. But I also think a business plan is kind of it's
like a roadmap, more or less, right?
A little bit. Like it's more of like a blueprint, but that doesn't mean that your blueprint's not going to change. Like,
no, 100%.
I feel like it's good to kind of have like a goal and maybe have like a brief like outline of how to get there, or detail depending on your level of expertise at that time. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to learn along the way. You're not going to get access to information that's going to point you in like a different or better direction to get you.
It's kind of crazy that you're saying all this, right? Because it's like when we look at one of the warehouses that we go through, it's like this guy's like a multi-millionaire. He doesn't have no degree in business. He's probably never even went to business school, but he knows the smallest aspect of like turn 5 cents into 10 cents.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we forget sometimes about like running a business is like you don't need to have like your MBA, your master's, your like if you have that.
What was that quote that you sent me?
Oh, it was what was it?
It went something like, Okay, so to start a business, you don't need a degree, but to work for one, you do.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
It wasn't that. It was.
But it was something along those lines, though.
along those lines.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like sometimes as a society, like we get caught up in the credentials and the degree and the like ROI and the RPM and I don't even know all these like acronyms.
Yeah, like
Acronyms and letters, but at the end of the day, all it comes down to is buy
are you making
low
money?
and sell higher. And are you making a profit?
Yeah.
And are you able to pay for all your bills and all your expenses and still turn a profit?
and also like reciprocal relationships with people as
Yeah,
well. too,
like
right?
it doesn't honestly like it's not as complicated as it seems sometimes.
No. But I think like when you're new to something, it looks overwhelming just because it's that like you're new to it, you know?
Yeah.
Because like we're now going to like our 4th year, and now we're like, oh crap, like this isn't too bad. We can find events.
Yeah.
We know how to save money. We know how to source. We know how to ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's like I think for us, we need to look at the other aspect. Is like okay, like let's have like a really strategic like financial plan.
Mm-hmm.
We know how to like cut costs, or like a really strategic marketing plan where we're like, okay, well these things can equal to X.
Yeah.
You know, so I think with us, it's like each year we put ourselves in a position to like constantly learn. And I think that's what's most important, guys. Like, don't be ashamed or embarrassed to like ask questions or search for advice. You know, because I think that's one of the major reasons why we have like our podcast here or like our IGTV shows like Hidden Gems, because it's important to like feed people information because they themselves might not know where to find it. You know what I mean? But for them to take the time to actually look, that's them actually trying to make the effort to like, okay, like let me figure this out or whatever, you know what I
And
mean?
that's like the first step.
Like, you know, like Bojo Bantan, shout out to Bojo. He has this quote, to learn you must be humble. You know what I mean? Because you're essentially going out there and being like, hey, like I don't know this, like teach me, please, like, you know, I want to be a student, you know? And I think like as long as we're always students of this process, we can't fail. Like, you know what I mean? We can't fail, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really good. And for the most part, it's like we're constantly doing the things that work. You know what I mean? Like we realize, hey, like going to a bunch of shows that are where our demographic are, that works.
Yeah, we're really like conscious of like the things that we do, and we give everything its time to like iron out its kinks and figure itself out. But if that time has passed and it's still not at the level that we want it to be at, it's cut automatically.
No, 100%. And like we give things like a decent amount of time. We'll give it like 30 to 60 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even look at it before, like eBay wasn't working out for us just because like the whole shipping issue. We fixed that issue, went back to it. eBay is on point right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now a lot of our local apps, they're not working as much as before. So we started to realize, hey, like let's get rid of these apps, but now let's post more on the other apps to kind of like circumvent the whole idea of like not posting as not posting as broadly as before, right?
Yeah, and like those other apps that we've stopped posting on for the time being, it's not to say that we won't start posting on them again if we see like greater engagement on like another local app or something like that. You know?
Exactly. I think that's what one of the major
And
things.
also too, one thing I literally just thought of,
What's that?
I think one of the reasons why our local apps have had a little bit of a down spiral lately is because it's winter time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because I know if
I'm not meeting up with no
I'm
one.
not meeting up with anyone to get a t-shirt or a sweater or whatever when it's minus like 15 degrees outside and snowing. I'd rather just go on an app where I can just pay directly there and have it shipped to my house.
It's actually funny that you say that because I remember like last year December wasn't the greatest month for us last year, and then I remember January came, everything internationally started like doing really well for us. Like, you know, Grilled started doing a lot better. That's January internationally. We had Etsy that started doing really well as well too, right? So I think you have a point there where it's like a lot of people are more willing to like wait for the shipping rather than just get up and like meet up with someone. Cause like I know I would.
And also too, like our demographic's fairly young. So like a lot of people that we meet up with, it's not like they drive, it's not like they have cars. So like they'll be like, oh, can you meet me at this subway station, whatever.
That's so true too.
Yeah. So it's like, who wants to stand in a cold subway waiting for their sweater when they could just go online? You know what I mean?
No, 100%, and that's one thing that we really gotta take into consideration. But like maybe we should like relax these apps for like a 4-month period, and once February hits, it starts to get a little warmer.
Back up again.
Yeah, we'll back up again, right? We'll
Yeah.
definitely move back up again. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Sometimes you forget about little things like that, but like it makes sense. Like there's a reason why you don't sell a parka in summer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one wants to freaking wear a parka when it's like 30 degrees Celsius outside. Or
There's
whatever.
always a reason for everything. It's
Like,
not just, especially when it's not just one app.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
It's like literally all of our local apps, whether it's Facebook, Let Go, or Carousel, like every single one of them, all the engagements down. Kijiji, all the
Yeah.
engagements down. Like, you know,
Yeah.
everything's down. Like, if you look at each app, it's like people aren't messaging us as frequently. People aren't meeting up with us as
But on
frequently.
the other apps, it's the opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, yeah. Like,
I think it's the weather, to be honest.
No, definitely.
Because our international apps, they're not really affected by the weather, one. And two, a lot of the international ones, they're obviously not meetups.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like, yeah, like, why don't I send it to my house? Like, yeah, I'm down for that. Okay, cool. So, any last words before we jump on out of here?
No, I think our just like goals for the end of the year is just, continuing.
Work smarter, man. This works a lot smarter.
Work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
Or both.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So you can expand broader.
I don't know if that rhymed.
Honestly, don't do that, babe. Don't embarrass me in front of this thing. Don't do that. You guys know I'm a rapper. All right, guys. Before we head out, I really want to say thank you guys so much for just following us along our journey and everything. I remember there was times where we were like so uncertain about everything, and we actually wanted to like shut down the company. But for you guys, like helping us purchase items, for us trying to be as resilient as possible, to constantly be a student of the game. It's been a really rocky road, but I do see things getting a really like smooth and paved out. So I'm really excited for what 2019 has for us and how we're just gonna continue just growing. Just really growing. All right, guys, that's the end of this episode. Please like and share so we know that you care. Until next time, peace.